Tina, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, hi. My name is Nikki. I'm a blogger for Nikki and The City.com in Chicago, and I'm also a freelancer to Jet Magazine online. I actually write a recap of Mary Show every Friday morning. So I've been doing it since you guys started 3 weeks ago, and I've been enjoying it. I've been crying, and so I just have a few questions, and I just want to tell you I'm also a believer, so I'm not going to ask you any questions that I wouldn't ask any of my friends. So this is going to be a good interview. Okay, so next week you guys are going to be in Chicago for the Gospel Fest, and I was told that you guys are receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award. So I just want to ask you, how does that make you feel receiving a Lifetime Award with you being so young?
Yeah, just what you said is how I feel about it. I'm like, have I done enough? Have I even worked for a lifetime? And some people tell me, oh, I've been listening to you all my life. And I'm thinking, well, dang, I ain't been around that long. But, I do know that Erica and I have been together this year, makes 14 years. And we came out of the box really kind of making an impact, thanks be to God, for just kind of choosing us and blessing us. But we came out of the box making an impact, whereas many people sometimes have a career and their impact happens a little bit into their careers. Ours happened at the very beginning. So with that being said, we've continued to try to make a great impact to promote and to expose our faith, to tell God's story well, so to speak, to be good examples of Christianity, of our faith, you know what I mean? Not perfect examples, but just, good examples and true, honest examples of our faith. We try to do that through our music, through our songs, through our lyrics, through our interviews, through our stage performances, and seeing how this year makes 14 years, I guess maybe some people feel like that's a lifetime. I mean, I would think a lifetime means 20 to 25 years, but I'm so grateful that somebody thinks that somebody believes our music to be worthy of this kind of award.
Right. Congratulations on that,
for
too.
this kind of recognition, so to speak.
Okay. All right.
And thanks.
So you're going to be in Chicago next week, and I watched the show just like a Stan fan, and I once heard you guys say that you love Chicago, you have family here. I think a few of my friends, ran into you guys, out in the suburbs, in South Island. And so I just wanted to ask you, are you a fan of Harold's Chicken? And if not, what is your favorite restaurant to go to while you're here in town?
Girl, heck yeah, I'm a fan of Harold's Chicken. I think the last time we were down there, girl, we got dropped off, and our car service was supposed to come back, or we got one car service to drop us off. We had another one coming to get us. We were in the parking lot of a Harold's Chicken for an hour and 15 minutes waiting on our car to come pick us up because we wanted that chicken. So, yes, I love that. I love it. And is that Harold's, and they do the little hot sauce, the mild sauce.
The mild sauce, girl.
All of it. It's just one. I mean, you know what I mean? You kind of don't want to get involved with fried chicken like that when you know that fried chicken thickens you up, but it's hard to resist, so we kind of don't resist it when we come down there. When I get down there this time, I'm getting some.
I understand. Trust me. So I will be at the show next week, and like I said, I've watched the past couple of episodes, and I think it was the one last week where you and your sister sort of kind of had a new experience on stage that audience haven't witnessed, just with everything that you guys have both been going through, which, we all go through our trials and tribulations. So next week when I see you guys in concert, what can we expect from you? Do you feel like you sing with more passion and soul, seeing that, God is just bringing you through just, so much that's been, on display?
Okay, let me ask you this question. The third episode just aired, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about the last week.
The second episode was when we went to Baton Rouge, and I almost didn't show up until showtime, right?
Yeah.
That was that one, and Erica was on the stage. I was falling apart. She was on the stage singing to me.
Yes, yeah. I was making you cry.
Okay, yeah. I was doing everything in my power not to cry because I was falling apart at the things, and it took every single thing inside of me. I had a very bad experience, with my husband, over the phone in a hotel room prior to that show. And so it took everything in my entire existence to get up and go sing on that stage because I didn't feel inspirational. I didn't even feel safe. I felt so distant from God that particular day, and Erica knew it. And so she knew that I needed what she was doing because it was like almost in that moment the music wasn't even real to me. I was so discouraged. But to answer the question that you asked, I don't play with this thing no more. Like, I know that I know that I know that I know that this music is real, that the God that I sing about is real. And you don't really know what you believe. You don't really know how strong you are, or any of that kind of stuff until you're tried. Until you are challenged. I was so greatly challenged. Like, I'm a person that just got so much life and so much fight in me. All my life, all my fight, and even my voice was silent. Like, you couldn't get me to respond, say nothing. I wasn't laughing. I wasn't silly. I wasn't sarcastic. I didn't have no quick comeback, nothing. I was just like the walking dead, and God brought me through that. Is my life perfect and is everything right and do every day I feel good and I never am challenged with what I had to deal with? That would be a lie. I have to get up and I have to fight and I have to pray and I have to confess and I have to stand and I have to accept and continue to forgive every single day. But the only thing that got me this far is the God that I sing about. So when I get on that stage, I am not playing about what I'm talking about because I know that it's real. I know that God is everything. I know that everything you can get past and through everything that you face in life with the help of God. I said that and believed that before, but I believe it like just on some whole different stuff. I know that was some just very backwards English that I just used. But, I mean, I believe it to the 100th power now because I thought not only did I think I was going to die, I wanted to. And God never let anything work out where I actually died. I wanted to get out of here. It was too hard to face not only what happened to me, but what I had become as a result of it, like how angry and enraged and how I was so filled with so much, oh, my God, anger and hatred and hardness of heart, and I was just evil, and all of this stuff kind of happened as a result of it, and I was just like, God, I don't want to exist like this. I ain't nothing like that girl on that stage singing that I love the Lord, and I'm being hopeful. I'm nothing like that. So when I would have these really dark, hard days, I just didn't want to be a part of life anymore because I didn't think I'd be able to do anything that I did, like as a mother, as a wife, as a singer, as a gospel person, as a Christian artist. I didn't think that I would ever be able to get back to that because I was so broken and so hurt. And, again, I just wanted to leave. I didn't want to be here, but God allowed me to stay alive. Not only did he allow me to stay alive, he allowed me to stay alive, and he brought me through that stuff. I survived. He changed my heart. He changed the way I think. He helped me to forgive, and every day I practice forgiving. I didn't even think that I could. I always told my husband, if you ever mess up on me, you better definitely pack up and leave the money here. I'm taking care of the kids. You ain't getting the kids, and it's over. You will never get me if you ever cheated on me. I said that so many times that it wasn't even funny, and I decided to forgive. Only God could help me to do that because it wasn't a natural inclination or ability that Tina possessed. So when I sing about this God now, I'm so serious. Like, he helped me. He saved me. He rescued me. He changed the contents of my heart and my mind so that I could survive and not be angry and bitter and with just a really screwy view of men and women and life. That's not my case, and this stuff just happened to me. I could very well still be in that space because I went there, and I did it so hard that I realized it made me miserable and it made me sad, and it never took away what happened, and I was like, I don't want to do this. This ain't helping. It don't fix nothing. I'm be part of the bitter, angry women's club that never is happy and never actually get life back. They just always end up kind of thrown off because of what happened. I was like, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be the recipient of a bunch of gifts and perks because you're trying to buy. I was like, hello? It was like I was dying for it. Hello?
Okay. I can hear you.
Okay. But it was like I was praying and like chasing God hard, saying, God, I don't want to be like that. If I'm going to live, I got to live and thrive. I got to get back to my old self. I don't want to have a jacked up view, scared and fearful and feeling anxiety and all that. I was like, I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to do that. And so I would pray and confess and speak over to myself and go to counseling and read books. And I'm still doing all of that stuff. And I was like, God, I want to change. And the change that has happened thus far I am very impressed with God. I am extremely impressed with God. So when I get on stage, you're going to see how impressed I am with God, how much I love him, how much ain't nothing more important in my life than he is, and how much I am never leaving him. You're going to see it all.
Oh, my gosh. Tina, you guys are such an inspiration to me. Like, I'm 29 years old. I'll be 30 in June, and I just got engaged. And, like, I look at you guys' marriage and the whole thing of, like, redemption and forgiveness, and it's inspiring because the truth is, like, I've been a Christian my whole life. I've been saved my whole life, but we don't know, like, the trials we go through, you know what I'm saying? But we do know, like, that God is a healer. He's able to restore in every circumstance. And so I'm just inspired by your story. I'm really, really inspired. And I told my fiance, I said, I'm going to ask her, like, what advice would she give to an engaged couple, because we jumped the broom in September. So, like, is there anything you can say to, like, us as we prepare to take the huge step and walk down the aisle?
Absolutely. It's funny how you would say that. I've gotten so many calls from so many people since this show started. It's like they think, oh, she got all the answers and she was able to forgive. Maybe she could tell me how. And I don't have all the answers. I just know God is the answer. And I'm like, oh, y'all, everybody calling me because they going through the same thing. But what I would say to you is be honest. My husband didn't do that. He wasn't honest with who he was. He wasn't honest with what he dealt with and what his challenges was. My husband was honest enough to tell me, I thought that marriage would change all that bad stuff about me because I loved you so much. I thought all of the past issues that I had would just go away. They're not going to go away. Anything you hide is going to come out. And when it comes out, it actually might be the worst thing that ever happened. If my husband had been honest about some of the things that he struggled with and was challenged with and what loneliness made him feel like and not being valued made him feel like and what it made him resort to before we was married, then perhaps we could have troubleshot some of the things that we dealt with once we got married. So I would tell you and your companion, do not lie to him and give him some representative and some extra turned-up woman, and then when you get married, you're going to all of a sudden change and trip and just expect him to understand all of the time, but you don't expect him to do that now. It's like, I got kids, I got a career, I ain't doing all that no more. I ain't wearing that no more. I ain't doing all that when you do it before you got married. Don't give him a representative of you. Give him who you really are. And whoever you give him, maintain that as much as you can. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget that before you have children, you a wife before you a mother. You know what I mean? You're a father sometimes before, you're a husband sometimes before you're a father. So don't forget that you got y'all before you got all of the rest of y'all. You know what I mean? And be honest. Don't lie. Don't lie and tell somebody, I don't know if they'll be able to handle that. Okay, if you think they can't handle it before that you get married, what you think they're going to do 7 years into your marriage when they find out? They're going to leave you. Just tell the truth and work through it some kind of way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would tell you that. I would tell you, y'all make each other y'all best friends. You should not have a home girl, and he shouldn't have a home boy that he prefer to kick it with more than you. I'm sorry, that should not be the case. Y'all need to be each other's recreational people. Y'all should do, the stuff that you got going on. Y'all got to find ways to do stuff together, not just go out on dates. Do life together. You know what I'm saying? The things that you got, the responsibilities that you got, don't, if this is my responsibility, this is his, do what y'all do together and pay attention. Never get so busy that you ignore your companion. Right. And never get so prideful that you don't tell the truth, because when everything breaks down, everybody's willing to tell the truth. Everybody's willing to be vulnerable. Everybody's willing to be honest. But if you would just do that before, a lot of times men are so scared to look weak that they fronting like they're stronger than they are. And when they're weak, they go to somebody else because they don't want the woman that they really love to see that they're weak. They don't want to tell you what their issues are, what their struggles are. They don't want to tell you they feel like you're putting them over the kids. They don't want to tell you that you're working too much. They don't want to tell you that they feel abandoned. They don't want to tell you that you don't make them feel like a man all the time. Or you know what I mean? She don't care no way. It's like their pride won't have them tell you the truth, or their ego won't have them tell you the truth, or them feeling like, I don't want to look weak in front of her. They don't want to just be vulnerable. If you don't do that, you'll find yourself trying to do that after your marriage gets jacked up. So be honest. Be vulnerable. Tell the truth. If you can be weak in front of a woman, that means you got to be the most confident man that there is. Because if you're confident in your manhood, you know that no matter what you do, you still gonna be a man. I don't care if I cry in front of you. I don't care if I tell you that I need you and that makes you feel like, oh girl, what? No. If I tell you that I need you, that I ain't no wuss. I'm a man and I love my woman and I need my woman. We're going to take the baby to the grandparents, and I need you. It's okay to say that. You ain't weak because you're saying that. You ain't simping. You know what I'm saying? Because you're saying that you're not, you know what I'm saying? So he should do that, and you should be honest and consider him. Don't consider everybody else more than can you consider him. Your in-laws, your outlaws, your children, your job, your church. Consider him. He married you because he wants your time. He married you because he wants to be in your company. He married you because he thinks you sexy. He thinks you got it going on. And the only time they start paying attention to somebody else, most of the time, is when we not paying attention to them. Does that give them a right? No. But do we got to take responsibility for sometimes ignoring our husbands? And women do that a lot. We put our husbands last, and all we do is complain. We don't stroke their ego. We don't put them at the top of everything. We complain and do all of that kind of stuff. And then men, by the same token, they don't help their women. They expect women to be superwomen. They don't give you no help, but then they want you to be sexy and ready for them all the time. So, just try to be honest with each other, communicate with each other, be vulnerable. Vulnerable makes your love better. It makes every single thing, physical, mental, emotional, it makes everything better when you can just be everything with each other, and it ain't nothing better than real love. Hot sex, a wonderful night, romantic, all this, nothing is better than real love, because you can have all of that with real love, and you don't want to break apart and have the most horrible thing happen before you get there. So those are my things that I think you should consider. Hopefully that was helpful.
It was. Thank you. Thank you so much. Erica's solo career is taking off. Can we expect a solo career from you, or you good on that?
Everybody wants to know if I'm going solo. Every time Erica asked me about this when she was doing it, you should do something solo, and then I'm gonna do something solo, and you should do solo. I was like, girl, let me tell you something. Tina ain't never doing no solo project. That ain't how it's going down. I'm taking a break, and I ain't doing nothing. I'm like, especially since my home done fell all apart, I ain't doing nothing. I'm staying at the crib. But I ended up writing a book, which was really my confessions to God. I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but it was pretty much my confessions to God and my confessions to myself about who I was, who I wanted to be, who I knew I could be, even though I was not always acting that way. I was not always thinking that way. I had to tell myself what I couldn't seem to think at times. And it was kind of like I was getting stuff out of the Bible to tell me who God made me to be and what my potential was and what God could do and how faith could work. And I was like constantly reading this stuff to myself, and I put it together in my own little way, and it was kind of like my conversation with God. And I told my lawyer about it, and my lawyer told me that it should be a book. And so I figured I'm going to share it with people because it's how I got through. It's what I would say and pray and confess over myself when I was going crazy. It's what I would do to help myself get back on the right path. And as a result of doing that, music kind of like just started coming to me. I wasn't trying to do no solo record and none of that kind of stuff because really, I was like, Erica, I need a break from all this. I'm gone. But the music kind of came to me, and the music pretty much parallels this journal or book or whatever you want to call it, this conversation with God that I had. It kind of parallels the subject matter in there or the contents of these confessions and prayers and declaration, so to speak. And so with that considered, I'm going to release a book this year with music that accompanies it that, hopefully it'll help somebody, get through like I got through. I'm not all the way where I want to be, no, but I'm much farther than I ever was, and I'm much farther. No, I'm not going to say I'm farther than I thought I could be because I always told myself, you ain't going to be here in a year, and I'm not. I told myself I was not going to be angry, mean, bitter, broken, sad, self-conscious, anxious, lacking confidence, and all of this stuff in a year because that's what I dealt with, and I dealt with it hard. And I told myself, you ain't going to do this, Tina. You going back to the old you, and you're going to be a better you than you was before. But this broken, busted, can't trust yourself, don't believe in nothing about yourself, questioning everything about you, you're not going to be her in a year. And these confessions and this, journal of God is kind of how I got myself to where I am now and how I'm going to get myself further. It's pretty much how God got me to where I am and how God's going to take me further. And, again, the music, it kind of complements that. And so if this could help somebody the way it has helped me and the way it has transformed my life, to God be the glory. So I am going to offer that. So I guess to answer your question, there will be music, solo music coming from me.
And I'm going to get my copy first. Now, is there a reason why you aren't on social media? Because I was definitely trying to follow you on Instagram.
I ain't into it. I don't know how people got that much freedom. I have a really busy life. I've got a lot of children. I mean, I'm married. I've just gone through this. I'm not technologically savvy. Trying to manage fans, children, employees, a business, negotiations, travel, rehearsals, being creative. I just don't understand how I can do that and stay online all the time. And so I'm not on there.
Okay.
I don't. Again, that's a whole. That's a job to be on there. So again, I post every now and then. I send messages to my team and tell them post this for me, or sometimes I post it myself. Most of the time, when I got hair to get done is going to take a long time, or I'm on a long flight, I'll get on social media myself. But an Instagram page, honest to God, it doesn't seem to make sense because I have a reality show, but I'm really very private. And my pictures that are Mary, my team posts them. They put pictures up, or we send them pictures and they put them up, or we send pictures. So you get everything Mary May, but me to have my own Instagram page so I can let you know what I'm doing. I love y'all and my fans and everybody, but I don't really want y'all to know what I'm doing when I ain't doing work. Like, I don't need you to know that I went to the store or went and bought this and every new thing that I get. And does that sound crazy? I don't get that. Like, I don't understand making my private life public like that, and that's probably why I'm not engaged on all those social pages. I think that what I offer to the world publicly, let them have it. The stuff that I offer through Mary Show, have it. But outside of that, I got to find some more stuff to give to people on social cam or Instagram or Twitter. That's just too much to me. So that's why I'm not on there.
Okay, last question. What do you want the people to know the most about Tina Campbell?
What I want people to know the most about Tina Campbell is I am an extremely honest person. I am a loyal person. I am a fair person. I'm a tough chick. I'm kind of tough. I can be considered aggressive, but I'm very assertive. I've got a big, huge heart. And if I love you or if I'm concerned about you, I will do anything for you without giving it thought. If somebody calls me and just want to talk and shoot the breeze and stuff like that, I really ain't got long to talk to you because I don't really want to be on the phone with nobody that long, and I don't even care if you're my good friend. It's just like after a certain while, I'm like, all right, let's go now. I don't want to talk to you this long. But if somebody calls me and they're hurting and they have some issue and there's a way that I can help them, I'll stay on the phone with them for 3.5 hours, and I will find the time in my day to help somebody. So I really do have a heart to help people and to give what I've been given. I can't extend that to everybody, you know what I'm saying? If I commit something to my fans, I'm going to give it to you, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't going to give you access to me all day, every day. I'm not going to do that. But if there's fans on the line, I'm never leaving some line before all the fans. Like if there's an established, we're going to do a signing, and there's 900 people, and by the time we're supposed to end, it's like 130 people left, I'm going to just leave them. I would never do anything like that because, I like to do things with integrity. I like to be fair. I really appreciate when people extend kindness and courtesies to me, when people value what it is that I give. Like, I appreciate it with my whole entire heart. But then again, like I told you earlier, I'm very private and I'm very standoffish. Like, I don't like to be in the midst of that, like at all times. I enjoy the art of what I do. I enjoy the creativity of what I do, the passion and the God that I think about, the celebrity part of it. I don't always enjoy that. I'm not one of those that enjoy the perks of being a celebrity. I don't generally take advantage of my celebrity because I'm so busy being a normal, regular chick that I don't even capitalize on a lot of stuff that I could. But I like being normal. I like being regular. You know what I mean? I like it.
Right.
I like it. But I totally enjoy what I do, who I do it for, and the benefits that come with it. But again, I'm definitely more of a regular, normal, everyday, non-famous person than I am a celebrity. It's just how I exist, and everybody in my family knows that. I got the same friends that I had when I was 8, 9, and 3, and 4, and 10 years old. I got the same circle of people that surround me, and all of my people, they know me, they love me, and they respect me because they tell me you the same as you always been. And for that, I'm grateful. Yes, I've grown and I've accomplished things, but the heart and the core of me is still the same as I've always been, and that makes me feel pretty good about myself.
Right. Well, thank you so, so much. If you have a chance, I know you're so busy, but the recaps that I do of you guys' show, it is on jetmag.com for Jet Magazine. So if you ever just need your hair done or on a flight, feel free to check it out. And I will be there next Saturday, so I plan to, give you a big hug and introduce myself and try to bring some heat here to Chicago. It's cold.
Girl, and I'm just sitting out here in front of I'm doing interviews in my house. Interviews right outside my house. I got a nice little spring dress on and high heels and no stockings on and no jacket and no scarf or nothing. So, yeah, hopefully we can package this up. It's probably about 70, 79 degrees with a nice little sunshine and whatnot. So hopefully I can bring some of that on out there with me.
Bring it in Jesus' name, okay?
If not, I'll have my sweatshirt and my coat on.
Thank you so much, Tina. God bless you, and get some rest. Have a great day, okay?
Same to you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.